First, I would like to start with the acknowledgement of country. The University of Queensland acknowledges the traditional owners and their custodianship of the lands on which we meet. We pay our respects to their ancestors and their descendants who continue cultural and spiritual connection to country. We recognise their valuable contributions to Australian and global society. Just very quickly, setting up the expectation for this session, which is scheduled for 1 hour. So each of you was set up with the own training course that you can safely play with. So we expect you to come along with us and click along with me, because the best way to learn the system is actually play with it. So a session is getting recorded. So you will get a follow-up email with from us with the link to the recordings, as well as a bunch of resources. The protocol during the session is pretty much standard. So you keep your mic muted, video on and off, up to you. You can take phone calls as long as your mic is muted. Chat, please do use chat for any questions that might come up. And if you, of course, have any issues, Ruth will be able to help you. Evacuation and facilities, we expect you to know those at the place where you are. So during today's session, we're going to look at what Learn.UQ is and briefly look at ultra-based navigation. We're also looking at the structure of the Blackboard courses, how to create, how to edit some content there. We will be looking at assessment, groups, and grade center. So how to manage your mark entry, basically essential information for you relating to your role as a tutor, and possibly a little bit about support and services that are available for you. So what is Learn.UQ? You probably all know what it is, but just in case, Learn.UQ or Blackboard is simply a learning management system that used to plan, implement, and assess teaching and learning. So everything that related to your course is stored here. All courses from year 1 to year 5 are required to have a Blackboard course. So it's a must. It's quite important place for students to find their resources, as well as for teaching staff to upload the course content, learning activities, and integrate e-learning tools, publish assessments, and finalize student grades. So it's quite a big platform that imagine like being a core that can have different things attached to. So without any delay, let's just get into it and have a look ourselves. So can I please ask everyone to type learn.uq.edu.au in your web browser. I might just ask Ruth to post that link in our chat. So you might be directed to the Authenticate page, UQ Authenticate, if you haven't logged in yet. And you probably, if you are a high research degree student, you used to log in with your student account, but for today's training session, we really need you to log in with your UQ staff account. So, and once you logged in, once you're there, can we please get you to post the thumbs up so we know you're okay? Doesn't seem to be any issues there. That's great. So once you logged in into Learn.UQ, by default, you are coming into the courses page. So let's have a look here. That's the courses page. So that actually the list of all courses that you are involved in. Just be aware of different views. So your page might look different to mine because we have list view here and we have grid view here. Here we go. Then it will look different. All right. Now, what else you can do here at the top? Can you see the current courses? So you can actually filter those, the whole list by time, by semesters, basically by teaching periods. So you might want just to pick up courses that you're teaching at semester 2 2023. So then it will bring just those courses. And if you want to see them, all of them again, you go back and you click the current courses. There is also filter option here. You can actually filter your courses by certain characteristics, by certain features like courses I'm taking or courses that are available. So that's quite good option as well for you to kind of minimize that list. And you can also change the number of the courses displayed per page if you've got too many pages, for example. Now, you can favorite your course here, some of your courses. So to favorite your course, you could see you've got the little star on the list view. There will be towards on the right-hand side. And if we go to the grid view, They will be here in the corner. So once you favorite, so you just simply click on it. Once you favorite, it will always stay at the top. So it will be staying in your favorites folder. So, and obviously unfavorite, you just click on it again. Now, what else can you do here? Other thing we have to mention is that the list of your courses shows all courses you involved in, but also it shows which of those are available, which are open and which are not. So visible to students and not visible to students. So if they are not visible to students, they will have this little padlock, locked padlock, but also word private. And if we do, for example, let me just make course private. So that's when students won't be able to see. So it's a private course. And if I do open course, sorry, back to those three dots, they called more button, and we open courses. So this will be open course to the students. So that's where staff is managing the courses being open and being not open, being not available to students. And the other thing you can do here, you actually can hide some of your courses. Again, coming back to the managing the long list. If some courses that you've been previously involved and you no longer need them to be on your list, you can actually hide from your view. So to do that, you basically, again, going back to these three dots and you click hide course, and they will be displayed here, hidden from me. So once you click, it will show you, you basically make it, make course, show course again. All right, so that's very, very briefly this page. We're coming back to it, but for now, I just want to very quickly to introduce you the ultra base navigation here. So can I just ask you to click along with me right now, because we're getting into a bit more of the hands-on activities. So let's start from the top. So this is institution page. This page contains very important messages and very useful links. If we scroll down here, you could see all of them, kind of a very handy summary. It also contains information about any system outage. So if there is any current issue, they will be displayed here at the top. Anything that's been resolved at the bottom. So why this information is important? It might be, you might have a student who not able to upload their assignment or do anything in the Blackboard just because of the system issue. They might say to you, oh, I couldn't do it. You can come in because of the system, you can come in and check it here. So the next one down is the profile section. So basically your name. When you click on it, so it brings your just information about you that pulled from the university system. What you can do here, you can change your picture here. But the other thing you can do is to change your notification settings. So if you feel like you're getting way too many emails, you can actually click on this little pencil and get them adjusted. So you've got this kind of flyover section coming up, and you just select the settings how you want them to be. Maybe just cut some of those ones. So for now, click cancel. So activity stream, this page provides you with the list of all recent activities across all of your courses. The courses page that we just visited and we coming back, basically a list of all courses you're involved in. Next one, organizations. So this page contains courses for UQ community groups. Usually these courses have no electronic course profile. So they are kind of non-SciNet courses. So the next one down is calendar. Calendar collects the data across your courses, and you can have it either on a kind of day view or month view. So giving you a picture of what's happening across all of your courses. You can actually bring up the due dates or just have it on the schedule view. So you can actually add your personal event here. So if you want to just do it along with me, click on this little plus button and then select add event. And you can put something like, oh, sorry, I'm a caps lock. Wonderful. Thursday. So my birthday, for example, just make sure that you are in your personal calendar, and then you, of course, would select for such event, you would say it's all day, and then you click save. That's how you add an event to your personal calendar. Right. So let's cancel that one. So the next one down is messages. They're not used much. So sending messages to students within course site is usually happening through the announcement section. So that ensures that all students within the course getting the same announcement, and staff can keep record of those within their course sites. Marks here provides you with access with all marking across all your courses. So no need to navigate to each course to see what is ready for marking. You will have all of them listed here, which is quite useful. So tools, these are the list of the tools available to all users across all courses. And you probably won't have admin section like I have. And sign out, obviously, to get out of the Learn.UQ Blackboard. So basically, this is a very brief overview of Ultra-based navigation, which basically gives you a global view. So that provides you information across all of the courses that you are involved in. So, and now we're going back to our courses section to get into your training course, so you can really practice with the course, with the content of the course. So in this box, search your courses. Can I please ask you to type Learn.UQ Basics for Tutor Training courses, and then there will be numbers at the end, maybe 1, 2, 3, 15. So each of you will have your own number of the course. Right. So I've got the number 01, and you can see I can make it now favorite, so it will stay at the top of my list. Are we all good? Wonderful. All right. Great. I could see thumbs up. Thank you, Nicole. All right. So what we're going to do here, we can just click on the course. So let's get into it. And when you click on it, you can see it kind of does a slide over. And we recommend to have your course open in a separate new tab. So you can either do the usual one, right click and get the open a new tab, or you can simply just hover over the name of the course and click, press your scroller, and it will open the course in another tab. So we're going now back, and we close this course, leaving you with the list of all courses that you have on your list. So giving you the Ultra navigation, easily accessible, but have the course you work in a separate tab. So you all enrolled as instructors, so you can do whatever with this course. You won't break anything, nothing would happen. It might be just us who will receive some notification or announcement that we will be posting shortly. This course is purely for you to have a play with today. So, all right. I believe everyone managed to get into the training course. If anything, please let Ruth know. And I'm just checking with Ruth. Are we good to go? Wonderful. Thank you, Ruth. All right. Well, just to let you know that all Blackboard course sites are structured in a very particular order. So basically, you could see you've got kind of two big parts, one part here and the one down here. So if we are talking about the top part, that's the called course menu. So course menu simply uses access point to all course content. The one underneath, the course management, is simply area where staff can do admin management work. This part is not visible to students. So, and we're going to very, very quickly look at the course menu, going through all sections, maybe do some activities in some of those sections, and some that probably not related much to your role. We kind of just briefly visit and touch and go. So please, within this course, please click along with me, do whichever you want to do, just practice. So the very first one at the course menu here is the tips for staff. So this section for teaching staff to have a look at some tips and tricks on setting up their course. So this section is hidden from students, and the how we know it's hidden, not only because we put the word hidden here, but also this little square icon with the line across it. So indicates the students can't see that. So the next one is the course insight. So this is our learning analytic tool. So this is a training course. Obviously, we can't have real students attached to it. So it's just been linked to an example just to show you. You might find it useful to look through a review of your students here so you could see how many of them international, how many you actually have, and how many of them from non-English speaking background. And also later on, you can see how students are getting engaged with the course. So it's quite interesting place to come and get this information for you and the your course coordinator. So we're going back to our course menu. So the next one down is announcement. So this section is actually your homepage. If you notice, we actually landed on this page when we entered into the course. So, and same for students. So they will land on this page too. So this platform of announcement is essential way for teaching staff to communicate with students. As you can see, we have a sample of the announcement, welcome announcement here. So what course coordinator can do, they can either get it edited or replace with their own, or kind of do, they can also do, let me just bring it up on our screen on as an example. Here's a brief overview of each section for you. So the welcome message could be in the form of the video, or you just do the announcement just as a text. So coming back to this section, so let's create one, because even so, the course coordinator might set up announcements for all students, but you might be asked to do one for the tutorials. So what we're going to do, to create an announcement, we click on the Create Announcement button here. And I get you to put something like tutorials, for example. A very simple subject. So inside of the text box, that's where you will enter in your message. So what you want students to know. Let's just do something very simple, like tutorial starts next week. We look forward to greeting you. So, or you can, if you want students to, for example, do some readings prior, you can say here, please do prior reading, or you can say view details of your tutor in the course staff section. So just one thing for you to be aware, you might have a different look again if we, sorry, the wrong one. So you might have a kind of reduced version, something like this. So if your text box looks different, just go to these three dots, more button, and you will open up the full text editor. And this full text editor gives you a range of things that you can do with the announcement. So you can insert link, you can embed something. So quite a lot of things that the system can give you. You can, of course, do simple formatting, like you can highlight next week and make it bold. So you're all familiar with that. It's pretty much like Microsoft Word. So further down, what we have here is the web announcement options. So we recommend not to do date restriction. So you don't really want to restrict the announcement. The reason being is that if you announce something to students, for example, that next week tutorial is not on or is scheduled or is a public holiday, and you restrict it to weekend, for example, then student might come up to you and say, hey, I didn't know, you didn't tell me. That's the way for you to say to him, hey, It's been posted on the announcement section, and so just go and check. So that's why we signed. It's very important to keep it as the way of communicating with students. So the other thing is important here is actually to tick the send a copy of this announcement immediately. So students do not check Blackboard as often as we want them, but they do receive usually emails on their devices. So if you check this box, not only it will publish here on the course site, but also students will receive the email notification. And another very interesting thing here is the course link. So this section is allowing you to add a direct course link. So if you click on this location box, and then browse, you will have a little pop-up window. You can open it to the whole screen and select the section you want students to be directed to. For example, you mentioned check your Tutors profile. So you can choose the page where those profiles are stored, so course staff, and then we click submit. Here we are. We've got our tutorials announcement on the announcement page. So now, if you want to rearrange the way those are posted, for example, you could see the tutorials come up at the top. But for example, there is a message that you want students to see first anytime, all time. You can actually drag the announcement above this line that called new announcement appear below this line. So basically, if you move it above that, it will kind of pin it. So it will always stay there. So to move stuff in Blackboard, you just simply hover over the item you want to drag somewhere in the top part, and you will see the this kind of purple line indicates that this section being activated, and you are getting the four arrow icon, which called move icon. So once we have the move icon, we just simply click, hold, and drag. For example, we want the welcome, we want them to see welcome message first and then the message about tutorial. Well, unless it's something very urgent and you want that to be, swap places. So to pin, as I mentioned to you, we're simply just doing the same thing over the item with the move icon appearing, we hold and we move above that line. See, now this line is here. So any new announcements will appear under this line, but the welcome announcement will always be at the top. Sometimes it's very hard to drag it, and you might have an issue with, getting that allocated, especially when you've got quite a lot of announcements. The other option here to go is actually using this keyboard accessible reordering option. So it is very hard to see. Basically, you just click on it and it will bring the kind of like a accordion list of all in the order they currently appeared. You can highlight the item you want to move and just use those up and down buttons. So that's simply to move up there, and you click submit. So now instead of confirm, yep, okay. So instead of having the welcome message and then tutorials, now we have welcome message and then this wonderful summary of our e-learning solution services available for staff. All right, well, that's announcement. And now we're going back to our course menu. So after announcement, we've got the course profile. Unfortunately, due to being a training course, we can't link it to the real course profile, but we just did a screenshot. So essentially it is where students will come and simply click on this button, view profile, and will be directed to the electronic version of the course profile, which provides very crucial information, since like learning objectives, the assessment information, and of course, course coordinators and contact details. So the next one, talking about the contact details, is the course staff page. This section where students will come through to see who to contact, who their tutor, especially if you put that in announcement. So this section that you would usually see, the course coordinator will be adding the tutors. Sometimes they might ask you to do your own profile. So, and for that, can we just do practice that? So you can see here at the top, we have the Dr. Sample example. I think it's our wonderful colleague, Illyria, who created this one and added Chris and Miss Robbie here, just to show you how it will look like. So basically, you can either go and edit the example provided, or best probably to start with your own. So let's just click all on Create Contact here. And if I could get you all just to put your names. And of course, put your UQ email address. Don't put your personal. You don't want students to contact you through the personal details. And here's the office location. Again, depends. A lot of people just doing virtual office hours. So, or you can actually tell them just to simply email you to schedule personal appointment. And you can also do the, sorry, I'll probably just jump a little bit over to the office hours. So that should be here, but office location. So you can either just tell them the building where they can find you, or you just can tell them to get in touch with you via email. So, and back to the office hours here, you can also add that you, for example, if you work certain days, you just add, and you can simply say to them that I'm working only Monday, Tuesday, Friday, or whichever, 8 to 4. So that's a very, very useful section to let students where they can find you. The note section here. So this is somewhat quite important section. That's where you can tell students specifically why they would be contacting you. So there are many reasons they will contact you, and there are many reasons they would need to contact the course coordinator instead, and vice versa. So you would usually place things like, information, what to contact you about. And now we are moving down to the options section here. So make the profile available. Yes, you do. If you want them to see, just click yes. And what we also recommend you to attach an image. So your photo, you can attach your research photo if you have it, or you can just, any personal. It's just recommended to have a photo 150 by 150 pixels. So it has to be a square one. So if it's not fit those dimensions, it might get your image distorted. Now, to the calendar we sent to you yesterday, it was the folder, resources folder attached to, and I think Ruth might be already sent those ones in the in our chat. So you would find a photo example of the image. So to add your photo, you just click browse here, and then you can simply just go to the one that you, where did you save yours? For example, I'm just going to get the female profile photo and open here. And this section where you will get your link to the your researcher profile if you have one. And finally, we just click submit. Here we are. Is anything that would be created at the bottom? If you want to bring your profile, your contact details above, same thing, you just hold and drag over to the top to change the location. All right, so now let's go back to our menu, and the next section down is the course profile, course help. So that's where we are. So that's the section where the course coordinator would add a range of links and resources for students to go and check before contacting anyone, well, hopefully. So things like the extension or changing your classes. So think of it as simply location for frequently asked questions. So that's the course help section. Now we are moving to learning resources now, and this is generally the area where all course content is built. So you will see there are a range of things in this section, and at the top we have a support panel. It is hidden from students. You can see, so availability, it says here, item is hidden from students. So again, here tips and tricks for course coordinator for tutors to related particularly to building and adding the content. So I might just pull it down to the bottom of the page. All right, so lots of little bits and pieces here. So our lecture recordings and course reading and subject guides are here as a part of the template. So they are kind of at default. So let's quickly start with the lecture recordings. Let me just bring our slide. So we've done that. So lecture recordings. Basically, what is happening with the lecture recordings, if they are scheduled in the timetable, and majority of lectures would be scheduled, they will be having the lectures based here. So course coordinator will link this folder to the course ECAS 360 section for the first time, and then it will be going there automatically. So it might take some time for recordings to appear, but generally within 24 hours, it will be available to students to watch. Again, it's a training course. Unfortunately, I can't just click and show you because it's not linked to any ECAS 360 section, but I'll just show you how it will look like an ECA video page for the course. So here we've got some samples. Also, staff can add new class and just add another upload on recording that been done previously. Just again, it records the lectures that are in timetable. So seminars or tuts are not necessarily recorded, but if you do want them to be recorded, please talk to your course coordinator to arrange those things. So that's lecture recordings. I'm just jumping over the online tutorial via Zoom. We'll quickly talk over it shortly. So the course reading list and subject guides, those ones are simply links to the library. So reading list will send students to a library page where all the information and resources stored for this particular course. And the subject guide that's the link to the general, general resources from library in relation to the subject area of the course. So, and now, if it happened that our course have an external cohort, or maybe the course coordinator wants to have a regular Zoom meeting with the group of students, they can also set up the Zoom. So this one is usually set up by course coordinator and placed there. So it's very easy to do. We can certainly have, you can arrange a consultation with your with one of our e-learning advisors, yourself and the course coordinator if you need any help with setting up one. Now, all other items here, you could see the week 1, week 2. These are, that's where you find the rest of the teaching contents, and basically bulk of the contents will be there. So we encourage staff to put their content into the weekly folders or module folders. So again, we would like to have everything structured across all courses in a very similar way. So easy for students, so they know what to expect. So they know that's across all courses, that's the structure. So let's have a look at those folders. So we just click on the folder to open. So let's just go to first one. And you can see, so here the materials of all week 1 learning and teaching related to that week are stored here. So basically, we've got so many things here. So that's what you would expect students to work with or do something with. And if we go to get back, we have the breadcrumbs at the top. So you can either click here on the learning resources and go back, or just click on the learning resources here. So we're going back to the learning resources section, and let's practice to create a folder ourselves. You could see we've got the week 1, the universe, the solar system, and let's do week 3 folder for, let's say, Saturn will be a focus of our teaching during week 3. So please do it with me. And so what we do, the main button here, of course, the build content. And once we just hover over this button, you can see how many things you can actually add up to your resources. So basically what we're looking here at the build content, and we're looking at the content folder. That's the one. And we will name it same structure, same way, very, of course, with the name that relates to this week. So let's say week 3 Saturn. And so we want to make sure that students know what's going on, what is this week is about, what is this folder is about. So we can add some very, very simple message to them. So something like, this week we are going to study Saturn. Even so, it's pretty obvious, but it's just the way that, you know, we recommend to have some, add some description. So then we select the standard options. So keep permit users to view this content. Keep it yes if you are ready to release. We would recommend, while you're still working on that, just click no, so students won't be able to see the folder just while you work on that. And once you are ready to release, you can come here and change it here, or there will be another way to make it available to students. So you can use the display after option here. One thing I have to mention that the rule about making the courses available, generally our course coordinator would require to have the course available to students at least 1 week prior to the first teaching activity within the course. So it doesn't have to have all the folders, all weeks folders, for example. It can be just the welcome message. There are just, you know, a basic information, and you can actually set up all the folders and make them hidden. And then you can use this, for example, option to have them open up automatically at the time you want. So it's week 3 folder, you might want to set up and then display after Sunday of the week 2. But we won't do it now. Just I just want to show you how it will look like when it's not available, and be able to make it available when we will finish with creation. So, and very simple now, we click submit. So now you could see we've got at the bottom again, the week 3 Saturn folder. Ta-da, we've done it. So again, you can either drag it simply to have it in order, or use that little icon, the rearrangement icon on the top here. All right, well, now, we've got the folder. Now we have to fill up with the content, with our content. So if we click, and if everyone just go into the folder, as you can see, it's empty. And basically, we just will be adding the stuff. As I already mentioned, you can either just select a single kind of thing here to upload, or you can use the option to use item. That's the very first one. So to show the difference, we're just going to add a file. Let's say we want to add a file, and then we will do save, but using the item option, just so you could see the difference. So file, we click on it, and let's say we just add the name of the file. Let's say we just say something like presentation or lecture presentation. Right? Then we just simply browse local files, and we pick up, for example, a certain PDF file. So click on it and open, right? So we leave the, so the file options, we just need to we always recommend to actually change it here to yes, open a new window. Reason is that it's quite convenient to have it open in another window, so students don't lose their side page, the Blackboard side page. So the other thing, permit users to view this content. Of course, if you do want them to see that particular file, you click yes, and then we just leave everything else at the default, and we click submit. So now you could see it's got the lecture presentation here, right? So students will come in and they will click on it, but they don't know what to do. So there is no room, if we use the file, there is no room to add any description or what they have to do. They might think, okay, maybe I need to open during the lecture. Maybe I need to open it after the lecture. So that's how it looks like. And that's why it's really not our favorite, our team's favorite. Instead, we encourage staff to use item. So now we do go back to build content. And this time, let's just select item, right? Let's do it together. So, and let's just put the description here. Again, something like, we can put lecture 3, week 3 lecture, introduction to Saturn. Now, you've got, again, that the text box that you can add some description. And remember, you are have same, text editor here. And if you can't see all of those options, just make sure you click on the more button here. So now you can get something, enter some sort of very simple text telling them what they need to do. For example, you say, this is introduction to a certain lecture presentation. Please download sites and notes before lecture, or whatever you want them to do with those materials. Then we scroll down and you could see you can actually do the attachment here. You click browse local files, and here it allows you to select several of them. Let's say you've got sample presentation and you want the Saturn PDF. Now you can actually change the name of the link here. So each of those files, so it allows you to attach several files at the same time. We keep that all at default, and we click submit here. So now you could see when students come in, they could see, okay, that's week 3 lecture. So that's attached files, and that's what I need to do. This is introduction, please download. Okay, so I know what I'm doing here. So that's why it's quite important to give those clear instructions, to communicate clearly to students. So let's say you notice there is an error in this instructions or description. To correct anything that you want, maybe you want just to add more, maybe you just missed something. So to do that, you click on this little circle with the arrow down, and we go to the very first one, edit option. So it brings that back to the to that page. So, and now I just want to show you, there is another way to add the file here. So instead of just doing as an attachment, you can actually embed it. So you can put it in, maybe you want to break the text, maybe you want to put the image. And so you can simply just use this little plus button and insert local, not attach, but insert local files. So once you click here, you probably want to have a picture. Let's say you want to have Saturn, you click open. So here we are. So you break in kind of a heavy text, especially if you have lots of contents. You also can also add a link here. For example, you want students to see a certain video, or you want them to go to a website. So you can just simply say to them, please also visit NASA website. And how you can do, you can actually add the link by highlighting NASA website here. And if I just go NASA Saturn, we just grab this link and we go back to our item. And to insert the link here, just look at the this icon, the link icon. So once you click, you put the URL here, and you can put a title. So that's what will be displayed, the words you highlighted. And open link, again, we recommend to have it open in new window, and we click save. So there are lots of other things that you can add to your item as the item. And also let's just have a look how the let's see how it will look if we add presentation, so you could see the difference. All right, let's do that. And now we are making it yes available, and we click submit. Let's have a look. So you have you have the presentation here as the embedded presentation, and then you can actually add text after it, or you can students can see it as attached. Also, here's the photo, and here's the link for students. And also you can add within that item, you can also add the same as we did for the announcement. You can do the direct link to certain part of the course if you want students to look at course profile. All right. So basically, again, you can add all of them individually. So you can put image separately, you can put the web link separately. And to see that, we can just simply going back and look at the week 1 folder. See, they all kind of are done separately. But the problem is here that you've got so many and students scrolling up and down to find the materials, and they might miss something. So when you've got it all in one item or several items, it's probably easy for them to see. So we're going back to the resources, and the thing I wanted to show you, that's the folder. Even so, we put the content there, but availability is hidden from students. Remember, we put permit users to view? No. So again, to make it available, that's your big friend here, a circle with the arrow down, and you can click make available. So it's straight away become available. So, and students can see this week we're going to study setting. All right. So again, make it unavailable, same road. All right. So the other thing I want to show you also here is very useful when you do hide and hide. You might worry, oh, are they going to see it or they're not going to see it? So to check it, there is such a tool called the student preview. Very, very helpful. So once you click, can you see the little padlock showing that my course is not available to students? And then next to it, enter students preview. Once we click, you get this notification that the student preview mode is on, and you straight away can see that for example, tips for staff is not there. So you can see now how students can see your course site. Right. So, and this section, the control panel is not there, of course, because students can't see it. And if we, for example, going back to learning resources, you could see I made the week 3 folder unavailable, so students can't see. Even so, we added content there that is available, but the whole folder is not available. So to get out, so you could see that and check that it looks the way you want to be, to be viewed by students. So to get to return to your viewing, click exit preview, and we're now going back. And if we're going back to the learning resources, here we are. You could see the setting, you could see the control panel. So that's very, very briefly about the learning resources. But just remember, that's the main part where the course content is built. Now we are going to the assessment section down here. So again, let me just cross-check if we covered everything so far. And maybe checking with Ruth if there is any questions. So that's what we just did, the file. We created item together, and that's we've got very, very brief instructions how to add those single items.
Tanya, there's no questions, but I just put
Beautiful.
a comment in the chat, and it's good you're going to assessment. Because
Beautiful.
if you can't see something in student preview, but you know it's available, it might be that the course coordinator has set a date controlling the release, and that's why you can't see it yet. And this applies particularly to assessment items. So just, yeah, don't panic.
Yeah. All right. That's a very good comment. Thank you so much, Rose. All right, so we are now to the assessment folder here. Well, the assessment section, I should say, and you could see there are a few folders here. So recommended structure, to have the assessment summary at the top and then have the folder for each assessment task. So when a course is created and course coordinator is setting up the assessment items and links for students to submit the assessment items, it actually immediately creates the column in the grade center, which we are going to look very shortly. So summary at the top here gives just so students know what they expected to do, the due dates, weightings, and the learning objectives. So now you can see there are 3 assessment items within this course. Let's get, for example, into the planet research assignment. So you can see we have a Turnitin submission link here at the top. That's, again, a recommended structure to have the link at the top, have clear instruction to students what they need to do. They need to click on the above link to submit their assignment. We also recommend you to provide them with the required guides. And also just saying, so you need to know if they have any technical issues, just provide them with the Ask Us team details. They're quite useful, so you don't have to sort the technical issues for your students. So now we also have something like a little guide here for teaching staff called the assignment folder structure. So showing the elements of the assignment, and it's quite important to keep structure as recommended. And as I mentioned, that the name of the assessment would create the columns in the grade center, and it's very important to actually name to have the assessment folders name exactly how they are named in the electronic course profile. So that's very briefly about the assessment. We're not going into great depths with that. There are so many different types of the assessment. And considering that it's something that will be organized by your course coordinator. So we are now moving to the discussion board here. So this section is automatically created in each Blackboard course. It's a nice way for students to ask any questions and for teaching staff to answer or spark a discussion. But we have an alternative platform called id discussion board. Your course coordinator might get it to add on. So it's just something to discuss with them. So next one down is My Grades. Is that this where the students will see all their marks for this particular course. So again, we just did a screenshot, so they will see the name of the assignment and the grade they received for it. So basically, that's how they will see. So the marks for this particular course, not for all courses. So one down is the library links. So this will take students to the library page and gives them just information on study skills generally. So, and the tools, it's hidden section and it's just a default. It's not that important. It's just list all some of the existing tools they use within the course. So this is essentially the course menu, and I'm very conscious of the time. I know we've got quite a lot of materials to come through. So now we are going into the control panel. As I mentioned, this is just for staff to do admin work. So students can't access or they can't see it. So file section here is basically where all files are stored. So whatever you upload will be stored here. Course tools show all the tools available for within the Blackboard, so to maybe add them to your course. Now, evaluation is something that tutors, as tutor, you probably never use. It's a range of the reports, unfortunately not particularly useful. The course insight is where the course coordinator will go instead to find a bunch of the information about students' engagement. And the grade center, that's probably the one that will be most related to your role as the tutor. So that's where you enter in the results for students and you managing their overall marks for the semester. And we're going to get back to it very shortly. Just want to show you the other sections. So users and groups. So this one gives you the list of all users enrolled in a course. So if we click on that, we will see there are two sub section. And if we click on users, you will see all people who are enrolled in this course. And it will also show their roles. Basically, course coordinators, they have full editing rights and usually enrolled as instructors. So that's their role here. And you as tutor will be as a teaching staff. But for now, you are the instructor, so you can do everything. So course coordinators will be aiding the teaching staff when they set up the course. And students will be enrolled or withdrawn automatically. Thank you, Ruth. Yes, teaching assistant. Sorry, my apologies. I've got the term wrong. Teaching assistant. And the course coordinator will be adding the staff, but not students. So there is no need to add students. They will be automatically flown from the SciNet. So now can we just click on groups? So something I want to mention here that you could see the tutorial groups are flown in from SciNet as well. So I'm not sure how many of you actually would have set up the groups for group assignment for students. It's something that we can help you with if you do have the group assignment within your course. But I just want to show you've got the groups here, the ones that are formal tutorial groups. And again, our students will be filled in automatically because two systems are talking to each other. So we might skip the part where we would show how to create those groups because it's probably something the course coordinator will do it for the group assignment. So now, other three things here, the customization packages and utilities and help, just a generic one and not related much to your role. So, and for that reason, the part that is most important is the grade center. Can I just get you all to click on that and then click the full grade center? So that's the area where you probably will be spending most of your time. So remember when I said that once the assessment item is created, it actually creates the column here. And so you could see this the week one quiz, the submission for the Turnitin submission column. So again, depends on the settings. If it's, for example, like Turnitin, if you mark in Turnitin Studio, the marks will go automatically through to this folder. Now, I know we've got just a little bit more material to come through, and I know my wonderful helper, Ruth, is about to leave for her consultation. So if you do need to leave this meeting, please do so. I'll just continue. If you just want to stick around maybe for another 5 minutes, please do so. If not, as I mentioned, you will receive the follow-up email with the link to the recordings and as well as the link to lots of useful resources. And you can also book one of the appointment with one of our e-learning advisors like Rose. Yeah, I hope you will find the session useful. And so far, we'll just continue on. Thank you. Thank you, Rose.
Just be aware, Tanya, when I leave, the recording may stop. You might have to start it again.
All right.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Nice to see you.
No, it does look like it's continued, so which is good. All right, let's go back to our grade center. So what we have here, that's where you will be entering the grades for students, and very easy. So if it's a manual entry, then you just click on the column. So when students submitted their work, you will see that it's need grading. So again, the thing to make sure that your grade, while you're doing marking, your columns should be hidden from students' view. So basically, to make it hidden, same our little friend here, you can click on that. Let me just. It just doesn't want to. So we edit column information, and we can say here, let me just find that. Show column to students. That's the option that we want to say no. So once we say no, you will see how that changed. It's got the little red cross here, the little gray circle with the red cross, and it indicates to you that students can't see those results yet until they are ready. So you might need to set up a column, something that you mark manually. For example, you would have an in-class quiz. So it's quite easy to do. So basically, we just click on create column. You give the column a name. Let's say we say it is our week 2 quiz. Oh, here we go. Already had it. So don't need much of the description here. It's just for the column itself. So normally you would have it as the score, and secondary display. Sometimes we recommend to have it a percentage. So and for the reason being is that when you enter it, the percentage will show you. If it's over 100%, you will know there's something like a typo, the simply just the entry error. So the points possible, let's say 40, and then we just include this column grade center. Yes, we want that to be included. A show column, for now we say no until we finalize the results. So, and we click submit here. Ta-da. So we've got our quiz 2 column here, and see how it's got into the to the very right hand side. And you, for example, marking, you enter in, and you just, it's very easy to make a mistake, for example, if you have so many columns before. So basically, to make your marking easier here, you can simply either hide those columns that you don't need, or you can simply move the column where you enter in the marks to closer to students' names. That's where you know all of their details, and you can actually see here the last time they access, and you could see how engaged they are with the course. So basically, to rearrange the columns in the grade center, so what we do, we go to manage, and we go column organization here, and here you can highlight the one you want to move. Again, the move icon appeared, and you drag it over. Now, what else you can do? You can actually then click on those columns that you don't need, or they, for example, they've already been marked. You just click on that, and you say hide selected columns. This will hide from your view. It won't hide from your students. It will hide just from the grade center. So if column itself is available to students, they will be still available to students, will be still shown as available to students. So we click hide selected column, and we click submit. And now you could see all other columns gone, and we only have the quiz 2 here. So once you mark, for example, you want to make it visible, so you could see all the marks for each student across. So we're going back to manage column organization, and we want to unhide those ones. So we select them, and we say show selected columns, and we click submit. Now you can see our quiz to stay where we drag it to closer to the students' names, and everything else here is, you know, towards the right-hand side. Now you can do lots of filtering here. Actually, you can filter the ones that, you know, see students, they, for example, manage, and you want to see the ones that require to here at the filter option. So by status, that's a very useful filter here. So you could click needs marking, and you will bring only those ones that needs to be marked. So that's also the other thing I really want to show you is the smart view. So let's say you have several groups of several tutorial groups in your course, and you just mark in one particular group. So you just don't need all of them to be listed on in your grade center. So what you can do, you go manage and you click on smart views. Now you will see all groups that created for this course, and you might just want, okay, so I am marking just the tutorial group 1, so I need just this group. I don't need 2, I don't need, for example, test. So we'll just untick. So this you add into your smart view, and so you selected one, your tutorial, you click OK, and now this creates a link here under the full grade center, a link to your particular group. So once you click it, it brings only your students. That's very, very helpful to have. So you don't need to scroll all of the students you might, potentially hundreds of students you might have. So that's just to wrap up that we have for today's session. And I'm very sorry to go over time. It's just quite a bit, and we really wanted to show you everything that is available on Blackboard. And if you have any questions, please send it to us. And I just want to mention that we do have a range of the resources that are available to staff and so course coordinators and tutors. So I'm quickly jumping through our slides. You will get a copy of it as well. So we're just going to support. So we, if you have any technical issues, you can contact our wonderful support team via email. So lodge a job with them directly. If it's urgent matter, just put urgent in the subject line. You can set up a workshop ask for a custom workshop for us to run for your school, for example, or for the cohort of tutors. And you can also book the e-learning advisors consultation. It's one-on-one session. And we also have a range of e-learning guides that is available on our website. And it's a great place for you to look through. Also, our institute runs a number of the teaching and learning services available to you. And I just want to thank you all for your attention. And that's pretty much all for our session. Thank you very much.